As above, so below. As within, so without. And to translate this into self-development lingo, your internal belief systems will shape your external reality. What you believe will ripple force into the material realm. Oftentimes, our actions stem from belief systems. Belief systems are personal truths about yourself, the world you live in, and how you show up and relate to the world you live in. Someone who believes that they are inherently worthy of the grandness and goodness of life, and someone who has the belief that worth or goodness has to be earned, are going to have very different life experiences, all within the exact same world. If both given a placebo pill, and one of the people has strong belief that they got the real thing, and someone has extreme doubts about the trial in the first place, those two people are scientifically proven going to have very different outcomes. And so here's the thing about creating change within yourself or within your life. A lot of people try to do it backwards, from the outside in, changing their actions and their repetitious behaviors in order to cause the change within their life or within themselves that they want. And this isn't to say that this approach doesn't work at all, but if actions oftentimes stem from belief systems, maybe you go a layer deeper and tend to your belief systems instead. If you have an ingrained belief that you're not worthy, that you'll never get it right, or that no one will ever love you, then going on dates, no matter how many, and leaving encouraging post-it notes around your apartment saying, "Yes, I can," aren't going to have as monumental as a change as if you do some inner work, dig a little deeper, and ask yourself, first of all, why you don't think anyone will love you, and why you don't feel you'll ever get it right or are good enough. Oftentimes, the effects of attempting to go backwards often revert themselves eventually. For example, people who go on these crash diets of eating any and everything they want and not feeling good in their body, then to extreme strict limiting of like 1,000 calories per day, once they get to their goal, they haven't actually developed a different internal experience around food or a different emotional response to food. All they've done is changed an action. And once that action is no longer needed because they've reached their goal, the weight comes back on. It's a pretty common example there. And so when you go backwards, action, trying to create change through complete action rather than also tending to your internal belief systems about the topic or subject or change you want to experience, it's a minimal result and not a pivotal result. And we want pivotal. We want permanent and pivotal. So it's time to start working from the inside out. For those previous examples, you start asking yourself, do I feel worthy of my dream life? Why am I not worthy of my dream life? Do I feel capable to adopt the new information needed for this goal? Have I ever done that in the past? Learned about something and gotten better? Where you start asking yourself these very specific questions to get to the root of how you truly feel about yourself, the world around you, and how you relate to the world around you. So that then you can start assessing that, tending to that, and naturally then your actions will change too. If you're unsure of what questions to ask yourself to dig deeper, just use your reality around you to determine what it is and where you are blocked internally. If you are successful in your career, if you are great at keeping active and eating healthy, and yet every relationship you get into, the person is unavailable emotionally, That's where you start. That's the area. When was the first time I attracted a person like this? Am I emotionally available? What does it mean to me to be emotionally available? Where have I been meeting or finding all of these people that are emotionally available? Can I change that? Because here's the thing, even if you use your actions to create the change, right? You start going to different places to meet people, or maybe you try an online dating app, right? You're changing your action, your tangible approach toward the change. You've changed that, and maybe you do find success. You find someone finally that is emotionally available. However, your old belief systems and your old patterns have not yet changed. And so you are showing up to what you want, internally believing that you're not worthy of it. Internally believing too good to be true, and then perhaps finding things that aren't real to self-sabotage the situation. So even if you do use your actions and work backwards, your old patterns and habits are still there. Like the weight loss example, you've used an action to create the change, but now that the change is created and you have the result, you haven't changed how you view food, what you use food for, your measuring or counting capabilities, however you want to maintain and go about that. Just an example. And so dig deeper, tend to your belief systems, your perspectives, and your outlooks on things before trying to change the external. See if you get a different result, a faster result even. As within, so without. As above, so below. As you believe is what you'll receive.